everyone, I have an all-standing prenatal Pilates workout for you today using a long resistance band. Now you don't have to be pregnant to benefit from this class, but I am going to cue for pregnancy because I am pregnant myself. For reference, I'm 33 weeks along filming this. You could totally do it in the second trimester too, though really suitable for all of pregnancy. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Nicole. I'm a STOTT trained Pilates instructor and a pregnancy and postpartum corrective exercise specialist. So you're in good hands today. However, I'm not there in the room with you. So you're first and foremost going to listen to your doctor, listen to your body. If anything's not feeling right, you're feeling lightheaded, dizzy, you're going to modify or stop. So we are going to start with the band wrapped around our hands, not too tight, okay? So you should be able to pull the band wide without too much effort for our warm-up. I want your feet about shoulders distance apart, soft through the knees, you're neutral through the pelvis, tall through the spine. On an inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, you're going to pull apart on the band and let it come behind your back. Inhale, you're going to sweep them back up. Exhale, you're going to lower. So if you need to separate your hands a little wider so that you can get that up and over motion going, then do that, okay? Mobilizing through the shoulder joint. As we do this, we're making sure that we're not flaring through the ribs and arching into our back, and we're not jutting the head forward. So we inhale up through the shoulder joint, exhale, pull it down and back. Inhale it up, exhale to lower. On that inhale, we relax through the pelvic floor. We expand into the rib cage three-dimensionally. On the exhale, it's out through the mouth. Pelvic floor lifts. We engage to the abdominal wall, hugging the baby bump up and in. Give me one more like this. And then when the arms come up, I want you to hold them up and a little in front of you, okay? So they're not directly overhead. You can see them. And from here, you're going to mirror me. On the exhale, we're going to sweep our right arm down and we're going to rotate over to the right. So as you exhale, right arm presses down and back. You rotate through the mid-spine over to the right. Inhale it back up. Take it over to the left. And we're just going to go side to side like that. Inhaling up, exhale, down and sweep. Getting some rotation through the mid-spine. Now the hips are not twisting, so keep your hips pointing towards me. That rotation is coming from the rib cage area, that section of our spine. When the arms come overhead, don't flare through the front of the ribs. One more time to either side. So again, your arms don't have to be directly overhead. They can be forward a little bit. Last time. Bring them up, and then you're going to lower the arms to chest height. Now you want a little tension on the band when your hands are shoulders distance apart. Okay, we're going to come into some upper body work here. So again, let's make sure that pelvis is neutral, shoulders stacked over hips, no excessive arch to the lower back, palms face down towards the floor. We're going to pull apart on the band on the exhale. So exhale, lift to the pelvic floor, hug the bump up and in. Pull apart on that band, pinky edge of your hand leading the way, retracting your shoulder blades in towards each other. And inhale, bring them back through center. We pull on the exhale. Now as the arms open up wide, the shoulder blades are gliding in towards each other. Don't let the squeeze of the shoulder blades cause your ribs to push forward though, okay? So we're targeting the mid back here. Maintain length through the back of your neck. Twice more, and then we're just going to take it into single arm work. You'll mirror me. We'll do just the right side. The left arm will stay forward. So keeping the left arm reaching forward, now you're just going to exhale. Right arm pulls back. There's no rotation when we do this. So we keep the hips pointing forward, and we're not rotating through the mid-spine either. So hips and chest stay pointing forward. As we do that single arm reverse fly, pulling back, leading with the pinky edge of your hand. Right shoulder blade glides into midline. We're going to hold this arm back. We're going to do a wide tricep kickback, bending and straightening through the elbow. In 3, 2, next time you pull that arm back, you're going to hold it back. Now just bend at the elbow. Kick the arms straight. Bend and straighten. The elbow stays back and lifted. We extend through the triceps. Fist comes in and take it long. Now, standing up like this, I want you to notice, are you starting to press the hips forward and lean back? We don't want to crunch into our lower back here. So stay unlocked through the knees, keep shoulders stacked over hips. We're maintaining upright posture, focusing on that deep core engagement with every exhale. In 3, you're going to pause with the elbow bent. In 2, last kick back here, bend the elbow, pause here in this position. Keep the arms in this exact same position. Now just slide your hips back so that you're in a hinge. Go back to the tricep kickback. Same thing, we've just changed the positioning of our torso, so that gravity is working on our mid-back and our triceps in a slightly different way. Now here's the deal though, especially if you're later in pregnancy, if this starts to become comfortable, if you're feeling strain in your lower back, if you're unable to feel that connection to your core, then just do this upright, okay? Instead of in the hinge, bring it back upright. You're gonna hold the arms straight. We're gonna do that single arm fly in 2. Next time you kick that arm back, hold it straight. It lowers, back, lowers, and back. We're almost done with this side, okay? We're gonna finish in this hinge with some double arm reverse flies. In 4, 3, 2, last single arm, both together. Pull apart for 8, 7, you pull on the exhale. 6, 5, open through the chest, reach the tailbone back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arms, stand it up. Give me some shoulder circles, back and forward. Okay, so we're going to repeat that whole thing, but when we get to the single arm stuff, we're going to do it on the other side. Okay, so if you need to hit pause, you can always pause, take longer to recover. If you're ready for round 2, feet about shoulders distance apart, soft through the knees, neutral through the pelvis, shoulder stacked over hips. Press the feet into the floor so we have this nice grounded upright posture. Little tension on the band when the hands are shoulders distance apart. To make this easier, you just separate the hands wider. To make it heavier, you would choke up on the band and have the starting position with the hands closer together. Let's lift those arms to chest height. Pinky edge of the hand leads the way. A double arm pull apart to start. So I love focusing on mid-back work and shoulder work and just posterior chain work in general during pregnancy, because as we gain weight in the front side of our body and our abs get stretched out and they stop offering as much support for posture, pregnancy can cause us to become rounded forward. So strengthening through the mid-back area and that posterior chain, so important. Twice more and then we'll take it to single arm. So your right arm is going to hold forward, just the left arm will pull back. Let's go, just the left arm, back. So really think about where this movement is originating. Your shoulder blade gliding into midline as the arm opens up. You pull on the exhale. Slow it down if you need to so you can really sync it with the breath. Exhale. Engage the deep core. Hug the bump up and in. Pull apart. We want to make sure that we aren't just hanging in our joints, so we don't lock out through the knees and we don't shove the hips forward and just lean like this. Soft knees, hips stacked under shoulders, neutral pelvis. We're going to hold the arm back. We're going to take it into that tricep kickback in 3, 2. Next time that arm goes back, hold it back. You're not rotated open, so square it off. Elbow bends and straightens. Woo! So we're going to take this work into a hinged position. If the hinged position, though, does not work for you, it's uncomfortable, feeling pressure in the abdomen, then stay upright for it. Otherwise, give me 3 more, then we hinge, 2 more. Last time, pause with that elbow bend, arms stay in the same position though. Just slide the hips back, stay long and neutral through the spine, reach that tailbone back, go into the kick back. We're open through the chest. Don't let the ribs push forward and flare open though. So length through the spine. Every exhale, focusing on the hug of the deep core. We're gonna hold the arm straight, single arm fly in 4. We're almost done with this upper body work. 3, 2, hold the arm straight, single arm fly on the left side. Lowers, pull back, leading with the pinky edge of the arm. Don't rotate open. Focusing on that shoulder blade, squeezing in towards your spine. We're going to finish this upper body work with that double arm fly in the hinged position. In 4, you're so close. 3, let's center it off. In 2, last time on the left. 1, both arms together, pulling apart and lowering. I'm just going to turn to face you so I don't hit my window. We're going to shift the focus into some more lower body focused work coming up, okay? Give me 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the band, shoulder circles, awesome job. All right, so the band is going to come under our foot. We're going to mix in some rowing work, but don't worry, it's mostly for the lower body. So for this next section, just a heads up, we're going to build into some balance work. So you might want to have a wall or a chair or a countertop nearby, something to put your hand on for some balance help, just an option. Okay, so I want you to take your right foot and step in the center of the band, and then take both ends in your opposite left hand, and you're probably going to have to choke up on it a bit when we get into this so that it's heavy enough. So spread out through the right toes and ground down through that right foot, and then we're going to stagger the ball of the left foot just like 6 to 12 inches behind the right. But you're not walking on a tightrope, feet are hips distance apart. We're going to do a staggered deadlift and add a row at the bottom. Your hips are square, long through the spine. So inhale, you're going to send the hips back, hinging the torso forward. Exhale, you're going to row that elbow up and back, palm faces into midline. Inhale, it lowers. Exhale, we come up to the top, and you're just going to keep moving like that. Again, you might need to choke up on that band a little bit. Stay light through your left foot. We are not locked out straight through our right knee, but the movement is not initiated by bending the knee. It's not a squat. It's the hip sliding back. The knee unlocks for sure, but the bending of the knee does not initiate it. It's that hip slide back. So coming up, we are going to hold it in this hinge position. We're going to row, and we're going to tap the left foot in and out. Give me 1 more full range. And then the next time you come down, I want you to pause. Now I want you to take your left foot, and I just want you to step it long so that it's straight and back. And we're just going to tap it in and out, adding in a row. So I want you to exhale, foot comes in, we row the band. Inhale, lower, and straighten. Exhale, tap it in. Inhale, reach it long, row. So I have barely any weight on my left foot. I'm just tapping the toes in and back. Keep reaching the hips back, keep them level. So equal length through both sides of the waist. We're gonna hold with this leg back straight. We're gonna bring our torso upright, switching up the move a bit. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Send that left leg back straight, and I want you to come upright through the torso, bend into the back knee actually now that it's wide back. So we're in this split lunge position, both knees bent upright. Now from here, I want you to allow the band to pull yourself into a rotation over to the right. So we're going to let this back left hip come forward over to the right as the band pulls us across. Now on an exhale, we are going to row the left elbow back. And I want you to just kind of come through center, straightening through that back leg. Inhale, let the band pull you across into this internally rotated hip position. Exhale, straighten it out. So you bend into the left knee as you rotate over to the right. Exhale, pull it forward. We're keeping a soft bend to this front right knee. So you're just bending and straightening through the back left. So we're letting the pelvis rotate around this right thigh. Coming into internal rotation. And then parallel, squaring off. Now we are going to keep this going, but instead when we pull forward, instead of coming into this sort of split lunge position, we're going to come into a single leg deadlift. You're going to try it. If it's not working, you can come back to what we're doing now, or you can always put your right hand on a wall or a countertop for some balance support. Otherwise, let's try it. So we come into the rotated, twisted position. Now we're going to exhale, square through the pelvis as you tip forward, lifting the left leg off into your single leg deadlift. As you inhale, foot lands back on the floor, and you let yourself come into this rotated position. Exhale. I know this is funky. Square it off, coming into that single leg deadlift. You can have your right hand on something for balance, and then land and let the hips rotate. Exhale. Hug the bump up and in. Square through the pelvis, hinge it forward. Woo! And lower. You're going to give me 4 more. You're going to give me 3 more. You can do it. Twice more. Last time, and you're going to hold in that deadlift position. Exhale. Take it forward. Woo! And hold as I fall. Unlock through that standing right leg. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Step your foot down. Release the band. Pedal it out. Woo! Awesome job. So we're going to do that same thing on the other side. That rotating motion we're doing of the pelvis, getting that internal rotation, your hip joint is connected to the pelvic floor. It's all the same system connected. Your pelvic floor connects inside the hip joint. Getting that internal rotation and bringing it through center helps us open through the back of the pelvic floor and the pelvis. Whew. So important for everyone, but especially during pregnancy and as we get close to labor. So we're going to do that whole thing on the other side. Take a second though to catch your breath if you need it. If you're deep into your 3rd trimester like I am, you probably need it. So we're going to do this series on the left leg. We'll center off, and then we cool it down and you're done. Okay, so now we're going to step on the band, mirroring me, step on the band with your left foot, and then take both ends of the band in your opposite right hand. You'll probably want to choke up on it, at least for the first couple moves, and then you can always release it a little bit. Okay, so now you're spread out through the left toes, ground down through the left foot. Ball of the right foot steps like 6 inches to a foot behind. It's very light, feet are hips distance apart. Staggered deadlift with a row at the bottom. Inhale, hips slide back. Exhale, row. Inhale, arm straightens. Exhale, bring it up. We inhale through the nose, relaxing through the pelvic floor. So really open up through the back of the pelvis as you send the hips back. We exhale, we hug the bump up and in as we row. As you stand up, really think of contracting into the left side glutes. You're going to give me one more in the full combo, then we'll hold it low. You're going to hip hinge it back, and you are going to pause. Now we're going to take that right leg, and I want you to step it back long. So we're in this sort of hinged lunge position, but you don't have to be in a super deep bend on this left knee. Row and tap. Right toes tap in as you row. Inhale, so everything bends, knee and elbow. Everything straightens, leg and arm. Inhale it back. Exhale, row and tap it forward. I am not really transferring any weight at all into this right foot as it taps forward and back. I'm keeping the weight on the left side. So we're going to transition into that kind of funky rotating hip work. Up next, give me 4. Pause with the leg back. 3, 2, 1, step that right leg back, but then bend into the knee so that we come into this sort of split lunge position. So both knees are bent. And then you might need to choke up on the band or release it, but you're going to let the tension on the band pull you into a rotation over to the left. So this right hip just came forward and over to the left. We're internally rotated in this left hip joint. We're going to exhale, row the band, straighten through the pelvis, straighten your back leg. Inhale. Rotate it over, bend. Exhale, straighten it out. We're keeping a bend to the front knee as we do this. We just bend deeper into the back leg as we row down and across and back. So that right hip is coming forward and across, and then it's pulling back square. So you can stay here, or the final change in this quick leg series will be that as you row and square the pelvis, you pitch it forward, bringing your back right leg to a hover, coming into a single leg deadlift. You can always have your left hand on something for support. Give me one more like this. And now we're going to take it to that deadlift if you did so on the first side. So you exhale, you row, square through the hips, hinge it forward. Hips are level with the floor. Unlock through your standing left knee. Let the right foot come back to the ground. Bend into the knee. We rotate. Exhale. Square and come into that balance. Woo! Initiate the movement with your exhale. Feel the brace of your core. You hug the bump up and in. That's going to help with balance a lot. Now, very normal to find balancing work a lot harder when pregnant versus not pregnant. We've got the different weight distribution. We've also lost some of the strength of our abs as the abdominals have gotten stretched out. So don't be frustrated if you have to hold on to something, okay? 4 more. 3 more. Twice more. Final time, and we'll finish with a hold in that deadlift. You can do it. Take it into that hold. Hips are square. Unlock through the standing knee. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot comes down. Release the band. Woo. And you can march it out, pedal it out. Awesome job. All right, so we're going to do some quick centering work, and then we cool it down. Oops. But first, again, you can just kind of walk it out, shake it out. So to finish up, we're going to step on the band with both feet, okay? So you want your feet about hips distance apart, maybe close to shoulders distance, and then you're just going to grab the ends, one in either hand. Palms face into midline. Now, just like we started class with, let's get that nice tall posture without hanging into our joints. So you're soft through the knees, pelvis is level, and we're just gonna do a hammer curl. On the exhale, you curl the fists up, inhale to lower, curl it up and lower. You'll pause with the elbows bent at 90. We'll take it into a serve the platter. Next time you curl up just halfway. And then from here, exhale, extend the hands up and out. Inhale, bend them back in. I'm going to turn to face the side for this. I think it'll be better. Extend on the exhale. Bring it in. Now we're going to hold the arms straight. We're going to do a hip hinge, lowering the arms down and bringing them back up to this extended position. In 2. Next time those arms go up and out, hold them up and out. Now I want you to send the hips back, and as you do, you let your arms swing down. Exhale, hips come forward, we stand up tall, the arms lift. Inhale the hips back, exhale it up. Hip hinge. Fire through the glutes as you stand. Now as you come to stand, don't shove the hips forward and hang into your lower back. Think come up tall. So really think stamp the feet down into the floor, engage the core, hug the bump up and in. Last time. And then I want you to lower the elbows down, start from the top of that hammer curl. We're going to go through that one more time, finishing with a hold, and then we cool it down. So just a chance here to center off, getting the total body involved, syncing movement to breath. You're going to hold the elbows at 90. We take it into the serve the platter. So next time you curl up, pause with the elbows at 90. Exhale, hug your bump up and in, extend those hands up and out. Inhale and back. Hold the arms straight. We go into that hip hinge. In 2. 1. Hold those arms extended. Hips go back, arms swing back. Exhale. Bring it up. Hips slide back. Fire through the glutes as you stand tall. We're not letting the shoulders round forward. So stay open through the chest. We're going to finish with a hold at the top in 2. Last one. Hold at the top. Trace little circles with those arms. Little circles, little circles. In 4, you switch. In 3, in 2, 1. Switch direction of the circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arms down, but keep the band where it is, okay? Now from here, I just want you to do shoulder circles, shrugging them up and forward, shrugging them up and forward, and then reversing, shrugging them up and back. Couple circles either direction, switching. Now we're going to make these circles a little bigger, just adding in a slight roll forward, articulating through the spine. So you're going to roll the shoulders up and forward, and then you're going to nod the chin, vertebrae by vertebrae. Come into a little forward fold, unlocking through the knees. Don't come down too far, though. And inhale, stack the spine up tall. Roll those shoulders up and back. Keep going like that. Shrug them forward, roll them forward. So depending on how far you are in pregnancy, maybe you do a full forward fold. Maybe you just come rounding through the mid-back. Do whatever feels good. Twice more. Last time, roll it forward and round. Inhale, stack the spine, roll the shoulders back. From here, you can release the ends of the band. Let's just do some standing hip circles. So you're just going to kind of step side to side, making a big circle. So one knee crosses midline, step it wide, other side. Lift and circle it open. Lift and circle. We're going to finish class with a couple deep breaths. Give me one more circle either side. And then standing tall. Inhale, and sweep the arms up, grow tall. Exhale, let those arms swing. One more time. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, release. And that is your class. Awesome job today. Hope you're feeling good after that. If you enjoyed class, be sure you're subscribed to my channel. New prenatal Pilates classes every Tuesday, Thursday throughout my pregnancy, looking like through February at this point. That's a little beyond my pregnancy, but I'm scheduling them in advance with classes I filmed prior to pregnancy, shared other days of the week. Thank you so much for moving with me today, and I'll see you next time.